Hey everyone, so the new update has just come out and a bunch of new tips and hacks are already reaching the surface, so let's go and check out the new tips that came with this update. Not all of these are mine, but I will leave full credit to the people who made this. So first, let's start with the full window hacks that we can do now. So if you place your walls, usually what you could do is only go to Windows and choose your window from here. Now what you can do now is actually create your own custom windows. So with the new items that we have, I need to find them. Oh my goodness, we have so many categories now. So with the shapes that we currently have right here, you can use the transparent cube and the normal cube to create your own custom walls. So first, what you need to do is you need to, of course, extend and resize them a little bit. My placement grid is on large, so that won't help much. And you need to get it in the right angle, otherwise it won't really work. So this kind of looks like a wall. It's not really in there. You need to have it perfectly lined up. There we go. That's perfect. You can drag that out as long as you want, or not as long as you want, but the full length, whatever. So you need to make sure to make it into the squares, otherwise your walls will look a little bit funky. Of course, I want it to be a little bit larger than that. Just go ahead and copy this and make it even longer for an extra long wall. And then on top of that, you want to have the transparent glass cube. Now I need to make sure to put it in the middle, otherwise it will not work. So let me put my placement grid on large, so that it's easier. And these are quite hard to see, so what I suggest is coloring them in a really bold color so that you can see them, not green because that's gonna fight with the grass. Let's go for pink, give it some material so that you can easily see it. Clicking that, dragging it in. Oh my god, I keep forgetting my placement grid, this is terrible. Making it the same width as your wall that you have under it, and then of course dragging that out. As you can see, it comes through the wall just a little bit, so I will have it one bit tinier than the wall. How does it look on the other side? Okay, it looks alright. Then dragging that up as high as possible, of course. So I kind of do want it to be the full height this time, just to make it a little bit easier for the tip, but of course you can add another piece of cube on top of that, whatever you prefer. Then going back to a normal material. What do windows look like? I keep what? Now the thing is with these, you cannot add curtains to them, so you have to do it as they come. And as you can see, my window is just a little bit too short, but we will fix that. We will add another window and then we will just resize that, make it a little bit smaller so that it's next to it. Let me see how small it has to actually be. Now if it comes into the wall, it doesn't really matter as much. What's funny to me is that if you make it smaller, you have to pay for it as well, which is weird, but alright. So this is a really large window, and then adding some more walls to finish that off. And there we go, that's our window. Of course, you can customize it with pillars and custom shapes if you want that. So if I want to add some random pillars in it, I can do that if I want to. But as you can see, you can create your own custom windows now. Now, and that brings us to the hack of Floaty, and I will link the original tweet in the description of this video. What Floaty discovered is that now, Floaty, you are too good of a builder, so I'm sorry if I do you injustice or something like that, but I'm trying my best, alright? Then going into the structural items, we go to the wooden plank, we get the horizontal plank, and of course you place that facing the ground. Wow, it's actually not easy to do. Then we get to the transparent cube, we place it on there. Oh my god, this is actually working, I'm so excited for this. Giving that a funky color so that you can easily see what it is or where it is. And then of course you start dragging it out as you want. There we go, that's amazing. Copying this. Now there's one mistake that I made here, and that is probably not leveling them on the same level, or whatever. Like the planks, they have to be on the same level, otherwise it will look a little bit wonky. And then of course you can readjust the walls, drag that part up, and as you can see, you have created your own little skylight, but it is a little bit wonky, so I should have made sure that these are on the same level. But as you can see, you can create slanted roofs now, with a little bit of effort of course, but it does work, so thank you Floaty for that. And if you go to Floaty's profile, you can actually see that he has a lot of tips already. So he made these transparent trees, so you can now make your own custom trees. He also did something with the bird houses. Then he made a crown. So there's definitely a lot to find on his profile, so definitely go and follow him or subscribe to his YouTube because he's amazing at these hacks. But if these are too hard for you, you can also create your own custom roof. So if you just place a little thing on the roof, well, I'm on the first floor now, but I guess you will get it. So the structural items, no, not the I keep going structural for the shapes. You get the horizontal wedge, placement grid on large, dragging that all the way up to the first floor, making it a little bit longer. So as you can see, it is quite hard to do, but it's not not the end of the world. You drag this out. I think, yeah, 3 blocks is the width of my roof. And then of course you place that in the corner here. As you can see, it's a little bit too tall. Resizing that and just copying that over to the other side, and you have your own custom roof with a lot of space under the roof, of course, to still build if you want to. And that leaves some room for a window area over here. So you can place a window. Well, this is not the most beautiful window for a top floor. For example, this one. And as you can see, you got your own custom roof that you can build under, and you still have a lot of room under it. And it still needs a little bit of finishing off to do, but it does look a lot better now. And then something I thought would be cool, but I haven't tried it yet, and I haven't seen it on Twitter as well, is to create like a custom wooden wall, as you see in like museums and stuff like that, but could also be pretty nice using them in your house. So placement grid on small, making little cubes. So they have to look a little bit square though. Maybe I'll move my placement grid to a little bit bigger. Right, make that a little bit smaller. And then on top of that, you do the same thing, so you stack it up. But this time, you're gonna make them different sizes. So maybe the arrow should have been on the other side, but that's all right now. I'm just doing this, adding that on there, adding that inside the wall, copying and stacking them up. And then of course, painting that in whatever material you want. So for example, stone, like that brick material. And there you have your corner with, of course, the stone. You can copy this and create a full custom wall. You can also flip them upside down and make like a wooden wall or something like that, but I think it looks really nice. So this hack comes from iTimDesxgner, just an idea that you can make an actual custom shelves, coffee tables, and a cursed table. Let's check it out. So the shelves look quite nice. You can actually place stuff on it, which is amazing. So let's try and make a custom shelf and a custom table, I guess. I don't know, seems quite weird to me, so let's not, yeah, no, we can't do this. And then he also made this custom table. Let's hope this one turns out a little bit better than what we had before. So I'm just gonna try and create like a nice little coffee table for me and my friends. How about I make this the table leg, and then on top of that adding the transparent cube. I think my table is a little bit too low though. Oh my god, this feels so much like Minecraft now. So this is quite the long table. I wonder if I can make it a little bit longer. There we go, that's amazing. And then of course, going into the structural items, the small beam will do, and then connecting all of the sides. Not me accidentally changing to the thin square beam, but I guess you get what I mean. And you saw the example, so that's good. Then adding my chairs to that. I feel like this table is way too low though. Oh, that's a stool. Wait, is this table too high? Oh wait, it doesn't actually. It's actually quite a nice height, isn't it? So now I can make a table with 8 people sitting around it, which is amazing if you have a lot of friends. I don't, so I don't need this. But, wow. The chairs are so messed up. I'm so sorry. I think I'm losing concentration after all this building. And then we already saw the custom trees, but something really easy that you can do is going into basic shapes, adding this, and then resizing it, of course, making it a little bit longer. Let's go for that size. That seems like a good size. Then we go to the bark and we paint that in a wooden material. And as you can see, it kind of does look like a fallen tree. Of course, you can add your own little spin to it, adding another one that's a little bit smaller, and then painting that in the same color. Kind of does resemble a fallen tree. But of course you need to decorate it with flowers and stuff like that. Then the next thing, going into pools, if you have the shallow pool, which most people do now I think because it's the cheapest one, I would too. We are going to make a little shape to make it more into a natural pond. Basic shapes. So something like this, of course you can make more shapes if you want to. I shouldn't have built the pool first. I should be having a basement. I am going to be adding a fence to that. Where are my fences? I am so lost in this build mode. So this is where the pool is going to start, of course. But if you have different shapes, of course, you can play around with that. Can I drag that up even more though? Okay, yes I can. So making it come out just a little bit like that. And then we just play around with everything that we have. For example, this. Into gardening, we can add some plants on that. So gardening, where am I? Garden. Oh wait, we cannot add tall grass. Oh, that's kind of sad, isn't it? Removing the basement and adding my shallow pool. And as you can see, I should have built it a little bit higher because right now this is the only thing popping out. But it does make sense for a lot of people. You can also put them on a table or something like that, drag them up. But it can create a more natural pool. So painting that into, I don't know, a stone material, if I can find any that I want. So for example, this. And as you can see, it can change the entire shape of your pool. I didn't do the best execution of it, but if you put a bit more effort into it, you can definitely make a rocky pool with like flowers around it and stuff like that. So I think that looks pretty cool. And another cool thing with the pools, so previous, Let me see if that actually works before I make it into a tip, because I feel like I'm losing concentration fast now. So, tables, I need a table. What's the cheapest table that I can get? Simplicity table, there we go. And with that, adding the vertical cylinder on top of the table, painting that in stone. I think this will look amazing though. This is something I haven't tried either, but I'm really excited about it. And then of course, you drag them outwards. Let's remove the basement again, adding my pool. And as you can see, you now have a pool with stepping stones. You can still resize it probably if you want to. I hope you can. Yes, you can still resize it. So if you want to make it a little bit smaller or closer to the water, you can do that. I want them in different like sizes and stuff like that. I think that looks so much fun to have like stepping stones inside your pool. But that's what I meant. You can also do that to create like more of a rocky bottom part in your pool, which is quite fun to have. I keep saying quite a lot, don't I? And then of course, pointing out the obvious, you can now make custom decks. So I'm not even gonna go into the basement level for this one. I'm gonna use a cube to make my deck. So this is my deck. I want my house, let's just create a little wall. So then this is the deck to my house. Maybe it's a little bit too high up there, but that's all right. I can give that sides. I'm not gonna do that now. What I want to do is add my own little steps to that. As you can see, it looks so cute. You can also make custom stairs with the cubes, of course. So placing them, resizing them, making them a little bit smaller. Actually, this one has to be a little bit longer because on top of that, we're gonna stack up. There we go. That's about it, I think. And now we have a set of custom stairs for our porch. I can move these and create like a grassy area next to it. I think that looks so cute. So these are going to go in like a stone, and then this is going to be grass. Now of course the top stair, as you can see, it comes out of it. Let's make that one a little bit more small, or a little bit smaller. And there we have it. We have our custom stairs to our deck without having to go into the basement level or without having to create a roof in the basement. Just a nice deck that you can have. And with the doors that have been changed a while ago, where you can now have a variable height, you can add your door over here, which is amazing. There we go. That's our deck area, completely made with the cubes. So there's definitely a lot that you can do with the new cubes. There's so many more ideas that I haven't covered. These are just the basics, but you can basically turn Bloxburg into Minecraft now and have your own fun with it. You can create completely custom houses with these. And I think it's such a big update. We don't even realize the potential it has yet. And I feel like so many more tips will come out of this. I just hope that it doesn't ruin the building community, which I'm quite scared for because there was already a problem with over-detailed builds. I wonder how this one is going to go, but I'm gonna leave it at this, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe.